Okay, so hello. In today's video, I am going to be rambling non-stop for hours on end as per usual. Just kidding. I'm going to be rambling about a topic that I like to think is extremely universal, extremely relatable and textbook, very, very vicariously experienceable, to not make up words as I go along, but I want to be succinct, albeit periphrastic, because I don't really have the descriptive abilities to paint an accurate picture of what goes on inside my mind. However, I'm going to attempt to paint said picture to the best of my ability. And the topic I'm referring to is just how fast-paced life can be for everybody. So yeah, there is a main event that influences your whole entire day. I'm talking about there are certain events that take place during the day. They happen on the daily, but it's the main event that influences that day. Okay? And there, in between those main events that take place, transpire a set of subordinate, not as important, but yet not completely insignificant, goings on throughout the day that play their role in shaping the day you are having, but you can't really keep track of everything that goes on. Let me give you an example. Life is so fast-paced that you cannot sit down and rewire your brain in a way that helps bring forth or call forth every little minutia, every little detail that might help you understand what's going on with your day, with your body, with your life, with your mental property, mental state, emotional state, psychological state. You can't just sit and trace back every single event and subordinate event and it so on and so forth. It goes like it's like small little categories of daily goings on that contribute to the way your day is perceived by you and by other people around you. However, let's talk about first person, okay? You is not a first person. Let's talk about you, not everyone else. And by you, I mean, oh no, I can't say generic you because that is everyone. Anyway, let's say you scraped your finger and you're not aware of it for whatever reason. It's not a serious injury. And you only notice it like 3 hours after it happened. So you're going about your day, you scrape your finger somewhere, ouch, but not really because you didn't notice. Then you finish work, go home, maybe you have an afternoon break or lunch break, whatever it's called. I wouldn't know. I'm just kidding. So you notice your finger and you say, wait, what happened? Life is so fast-paced. Okay, let me give you another example. And that other example is, say you have a dietary plan, a regimen, okay? You went to your nutritionist and you're trying to maybe lose weight. I'm not saying that I'm talking about health. You need to lose weight. Everyone can be healthy, and healthy looks are different to everybody. For everybody, healthy is different for everybody. But say you are, you did all the tests and your BMI is a little high, and you have to lose weight. So you're like, how can I find some structure, nutrition-wise and regimen-wise? and you try to, you make every what am I trying to say? And you put in the effort to be a little bit more mindful about what you put in your mouth and in your body. Sorry, what you put in your body, so as not to insidiously cause damage, or so as not to insidiously create some sort of problem because I don't know, maybe your cardiovascular system is compromised, or maybe you have fatty liver, maybe you're just either a health scare or a problem that's going to lead to a major health scare, and you're just thinking, I have to juggle all those things, all those chores, tasks, errands, my daily grind, and I also have to adult, like generally speaking, like not just errands and chores and work and tasks, but you also have to be mentally adulting as well. So that's a lot to juggle during the day. But you're also mindlessly creating some sort of health scare without you really being aware of it, because maybe it's like the embryonic fetal stages of that health scare, but you're like, okay, I may be able to trace back and pinpoint what I've done, but you can't. Okay, you can't. You go to your nutritionist and you're like, you have to prepare this food and you have to do it like that, and you have to, down to the concept of do not use silverware. I'm going somewhere with this. Stainless steel, whatever they may be, so as not to oxidize your salad ingredients. Okay, so listen to this. You know how chemistry works, right? You have different chemical substances. They might be, chemical elements, or they might be compounds. So one chemical compound plus another chemical compound that causes a chemical reaction equals a new chemical compound. So when you use that silverware to cut up your salad ingredients, to chop them up to, I don't know, because it's very, very textbook and easy. It's basically a very basic way of doing things. However, you're like, oh, but it might oxidize. It might create some sort of chemical reaction, and the molecules will bind the oxygen, okay, and create different chemical compounds, so the nutrient does not stay intact. So you're supposed to, wash your hands, make sure your hands are clean, and and cut use your fingers, your hands to cut in the I don't know, the parsley in half, or the iceberg lettuce in half. Tomatoes, I don't know how the F you're going to manage to get chopped up. Cucumbers as well. I don't know, maybe you like that. You don't need a salad by that point. You're not going to be having salad. And I'm Greek Cypriot, so I tend to eat lots of Greek salad. And another thing, do not use dressing. And I've always hated dressing. But a lot of people will say, is it that harmful? And the nutritionist will tell you even peas, they're full of sugars. Don't eat as many peas as you do. And it's like you have to micromanage everything. I'm not saying I'm complaining about food and not having the ability to enjoy your food, but a lot of people, it's very universal, I know. And it's also, you have to adapt. So if you create habits then it's going to become second nature. Like, I don't need this dressing. I don't need to use my silverware because it oxidizes the vegetables and the salad ingredients. So what am I doing? I'm having an existential crisis mid-video. So I tend to like the idea of putting pomegranate seeds in my Greek salad. I like the idea of maybe going out of my way to get capers and just add them in. I like a certain pop of flavour. I'm not into spice. I've never been into spice. Not because I necessarily don't like the flavour. I can't take the spice, you know. But I can't just sit there and think to myself, this has got too many, this is going to have a domino effect because it's got this amount of sugar, and you have to become a label reader. A label reader, if you're trying to protect yourself as much as possible okay, it's extreme, I know, but why do we say it's extreme? Because according to society, according to everyone who's literally living and experiencing the human condition, what the heck is that? I just got a notification, whatever. Where was I going with this? Okay, let me start over. Okay. So, yes. Where did I leave off? I can't, like most people have a sedentary lifestyle, right? So another thing that might happen is they will tell you, the specialist that you go to, I have a pain in my hip flexors. You got to stretch your hip flexors. You got to do the rolly thing with the rolly posture with the rolly thing. I don't even know what it's called. So take out your yoga mat and just do the stretches. That is, you can't find the perfect structure. I mean, there are exceptions, but really life is fast-paced for everybody. And we do not live in the ideal. We do not have, our own circumstances are never ideal. There's always going to be a problem. That is why some people use quick fixes. I don't know at this point if I'm against medication and pharmaceuticals. Do not take my word for it. But I've had my experience with pharmaceuticals has been that I don't know. There are side effects and there are advantages. Like, they may help, but they may come with side effects, okay? So I'm a bit on the fence about them, but there's also getting to the root of certain issues, and that takes time. Life does not help you keep track of all those events and all those stimuli that affected you and constitute your makeup and your emotional baggage. So what I'm trying to say is the pace of life is so excruciatingly fast, and we're running out of time. Life is short and time is swift. Never, ever. Just kidding. And it's so fast that you can't keep track of every single thing, every single minutia. You can't micromanage. You just can't do that. Yes, be mindful. Yes, try to create habits that are not counterproductive. Yes. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is, and also, when about that salad, right? I'm not going to put a sugar-laden dressing on top of my salad because that's defeating the purpose. I need nutrients, not simple carbs and glucose and corn syrup. You know what I mean? However, I can't find the perfect structure. Let me know what you think about how fast-paced life is. And this has been very chaotic. I took so many pauses. I stumbled, I faltered, but I guess I got my point across, right? Thank you for listening to this ramble of mine. Bye.